want to find a lovely tall spine here. So whatever, excuse me, whatever seated posture is comfortable for you, with either your legs out to the side or in front of you, however helps you sit really tall. So we want to think about our seat bones, our tailbone sort of drawing down to the floor, and we kind of use that almost as like an anchor to then pull the top part of the body, the trunk, up. So imagine now we've got that little sort of zip sensation from our belly button all the way up to our chest, and then placing the hands down. We're just going to take a few little head rolls here. So dropping the chin down, taking a nice roll around to the side, and then sort of looking up towards the sky here. Imagine you're sort of drawing a rainbow with your nose. So we don't want to tip the neck back too far. Think more sort of opening the side, front of the throat there. And just take this one more time, this direction. And then we're going to reverse it. So round the other way. Really opening out through the side, front and back of the neck here. And we'll just take one more. Lovely stuff. Good. And then finding your head right in the center and bring the hands into an interlaced position. We're going to do some seated cat and cow here. So pushing your spine back behind you, draw your belly button in, push the arms out. You want to think of like making a nice C curve with the back body, and then finding a nice tall seat, stretching the rib cage, and then realigning as you press the hands down. So take this just two more times. Deep breath in, pushing the spine back. Really feel the back body opening. And then moving through neutral spine and then to an arch. And then realigning as you sit tall. Good. One more time. Deep breath in, curling back. And reaching up tall. Deep breaths here and exhaling. Lovely stuff. All right, let's come down to our supine. So coming onto your bottom, making your way down through that nice curvature of the spine, all the way down. And then as you arrive, just draw the knees in and just have a gentle little rock across the lower back. So first sort of back opener of the day, of the class. Just take a little bit of movement there. And then bringing your feet down to the mat, just take a little windscreen wiper, just taking those knees from side to side. So just being really mindful of the knees here. Don't want to take this too aggressively. I'm going to keep it nice and gentle. Good. And we're going to move into a nice core awakener, get those abdominals switched on for the day. So we're just going to start with some sort of basic crunches here, and then we're going to progress into some other exercises. But starting with basic crunches, so really understated exercise crunches, especially just used in so many forms of exercise. But in Pilates, we want to think about the belly button drawing down, and that's the repercussion of that is the body is going to come up. So it kind of initiates the action from here and then the upper body coming up. So deep breath in and exhaling, inhaling to come down. So we're going to take that strong exhale through the mouth as we come up and then ease to come down. Good. So keep this movement really small but very intentional. Everything in your mid zone is working hard here to sustain that posture and alignment. Good. Let's just do two more basic ones like this. Nice. And then we're going to add on. We're going to add a little reach. So we're going to come up. We're going to reach the hands a tiny bit higher for the knees, and then coming back in and then easing down. And up, we reach a tiny bit higher, and in and down. And up, exhaling at the top, and in, controlling that movement. And up, and reach, and in. One more time like that. And reach. Good. Now we're going to stay up there. So supporting the neck, stay up there. Take your right leg off the mat and bring your left up to follow. So we're in like a tabletop. We're going to hold this form and just take some very gentle toe taps. So if this feels too intense, you're going to just drop the head down and take the toe taps down here. Otherwise, staying in that sort of upper body engager here and thinking like you've got a little puddle at the bottom of your mat there, and you're just sort of making a little ripple with your big toe. and coming back in. Good. Let's take a couple more. And up. Exhaling. Inhaling. Good. One more each side. Nice. Good, good, good. Now stay up there. Take your hands to the back of your knees. Come a little bit higher. Good. And then we're going to extend the legs now. So going into like level 3. So if you need a quick rest, just come down. If you're feeling strong, staying up there. Check your abdominals are still working hard. Hands to the back of your head. And we're going to send that leg out. This time your heel is sort of coming down towards the mat and then squeezing back in. So we're extending through the back of that leg and squeeze to come back in. Now, as you do this, you want to really think that your lower back isn't arching here at all. You want to keep that consistent awareness in the back body, not arching to move the leg, but instead squeezing through the core, sustaining that movement. Good. We're going to do 4 more here. Come a little higher if you can. Make it a little bit harder. And 3. Inhaling. 2. And 1 more of these. And bring the knees in. Good. Take a breath there. Nice. All right, bring your feet down again. Have a little sort of neutralizer there of those knees from side to side. We're going to do a quick supine twist because I try to put this in pretty much every morning class, also evening classes, but it's such a great one for the beginning of the day to really set the obliques. Yeah. So same sort of setup. We're going to come up to our tabletop. We're going to reach the arms up and find a T position. So just depending on your space, but we want to have the hands in line with the shoulders and nice and strong with the upper body opening. Knees to touch, squeeze the thighs to touch. Take a deep breath in and then exhaling over to one side with control. And then we're going to inhale to come up and then exhaling. Good. Now you want to keep your face or head directly facing the roof here so that the neck is in line. And if anything, you want to sort of slightly slow this down. Yes, we don't ever want to sort of speed up a supine twist. We want to think about the whole sort of procedure, the whole journey of that movement is taking strong benefit to the core area. So not going too fast. Good, 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 good. Let's do 1 more each side. Last one here. And then coming up. And then just place your feet down and take a little windscreen wiper. Really good job. Excellent. All right, let's move on now. We're going to stay on our supine. We're going to move into some bridge work whilst we're here before we transition up. So taking your feet so they're just in reach of your fingers, so they're not too far away. Then we're going to think about joining our hips to our ribs. So as we tuck the pelvis, I want you to think about decreasing this mid-range. As you tuck, you want to squeeze everything down, lifting the arms up for a harder version, keeping them down if you need. And we're just going to peel that spine off the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. At the top, we're going to think of the hips lifting a little higher, lifting the heels, peaking, squeezing through the glutes, and then rolling down. Nice and smooth all the way down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Drop your heels. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reset that roller all the way up, tucking the pelvis, peeling that spine off the mat, ensuring to keep that facial sort of direction upwards. Lift the heels so the neck is straight and all the way down. Think like you've got some ink on your spine and you're sort of making a nice print of your spine. And each time it's going in that exact print. Good. We're going to take this next one and stay up there, lifting your heels. And we're just going to do a little heel prance. So keep the pelvis high. You're going to drop one heel and lift. What we don't want to do is drop down today. We want to keep that elevation, dropping and up and down and up. Really controlling through the back of those legs, squeezing through the glutes. Good. Let's take 4 more. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Let's take a little glute engager, tiny little squeezes. So we're just finding those glute muscles. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, little bit higher, and then ease it down with control. Nice and smooth all the way down. Good. Have a little windscreen wiper. Nicely done. All right, let's take a couple of our roll-ups to seated posture, just a couple. And now, if you struggle with roll-ups, just remember, we're going to use our bent knee posture and use our hands to help us. So always take this option, even if you're really strong and you're just feeling a little bit fatigued. That's a really great version anyway. Otherwise, the full roll-up, legs are stretching out long. We're going to reach the arms behind you. If you're like me, you've got a little bit of limited space, you can do your roll-ups from here. I'm going to hit my radiator otherwise. So deep breath in, we prepare with a nice strong inhale, and then exhaling, we're going to find a lovely tall seat, dropping the shoulders at the top, lengthening the spine. Good. Now we're going to take an arm extension today. So we're going to open the right arm. We're going to keep a very flat back, a long spine here. And then from that position, we're going to curl through like we've been punched in the stomach, curling down with control, nice and slow. Again, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Breathing into reset. Deep breath in, reaching those arms back. And strong exhale. We find that beautiful tall spine like you're sitting against a wall, dropping the shoulders, and then taking your other arm back behind you. And this is almost like a spine twist here. So really think about that rotation and then curling down. Nice and slow. Keep that control the whole way down. Keep your legs reaching away from you and prepare with the breath. We're going to do 2 more of these. So deep breath in. Big exhale. Finding that tall spine. Lengthening that arm back. Think about opening through the chest, spiraling through the core, lengthening through the spine, and then curling back. We're going a little bit slower this last 2, just to make it a little bit harder. Easing it down, super slow, the whole way down. Deep breath in. Here's our second last roll up. Deep breath in, exhaling, calming up. Good. Taking the left arm out this time. This one's our last roll down. So you're going to make this one really strong, tall back. Scoop it down. Really smooth and slow. And release it down. Lovely. Okay, last roll up just to sit us up. Deep breath in and exhale. Good. Nice. Bend your knees. Have a little windscreen wiper. Great job. All right, we're going to do a little core activator here before we move into some leg work. So taking your seated posture, like we did at the start, find a nice tall back and then take a curl back. Yeah. So we're in our C curve posture. So you're looking down, you want to hollow out through your belly. And then we're going to take a nice big circle with the arms, like we're sort of holding onto like a giant beach ball. Legs and feet will be about 2 fist distances apart. Yeah. We're going to curl, twist to one side, and then inhale to center. Exhale, twist, and then inhale. Good. So we're going to take that nice engagement in our abdominals here as we twist. And if you want to make it a little bit easier, you're just going to come up a little bit higher there. Good. We're breathing. Now we're going to add some arms. So we're going to twist. We're going to reach the arms long, bring them in and back to center. And twist and reach and in and center. And exhaling and center. Let's do one more. Good. Now we're just going to go for a sort of faster twist. And we're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Calming up. Take a breath. Good job. Little windscreen wiper. Excellent. All right, let's come over onto our side and we'll do a little bit of leg work here. So coming down either onto your supportive neck posture, or you can lie all the way down, just depending what you prefer. And we're going to take a little box position. So like we did in our supine, our side box position here. So a tabletop on the side, really. We want to keep a fist between the knees. So we don't want to come down. We want to keep the hip alignment for this particular exercise. So all we're going to do here is just circle that top leg. So for this one, it helps if you think like your knee has a pen on it and you're sort of drawing the circles directly in front of you. So we're moving that whole leg as one like whole unit here. And then we're going to reverse the circles around the other way. Good. For 3, just nice, gentle, steady breathing here. 2 and 1. Good. Now you're going to hold it here. You're just going to stretch the leg out, tap it down, lift, and bend it back in. So we stretch it out, tap down, lift, and bend. And out, down, lift, and bend. 2 more like this. And 1 more. Good. Nice. Now you're going to take it out and we're just going to tap it down and go straight up. So tap it down. Now, if you need, you might need to like do a little bend here. That's absolutely fine. Try to keep a straight knee if you can. And we want to go straight up towards like the top area, not pushing back, but straight directly up from the hip there. Good. Let's do 2 more. And down. And 1 more. Good. Now I'm just going to hold it here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend and relax. Nice. Just roll onto your back before we do that all on the second side, and just take a very quick frog just to relax the hips. One side's going to feel obviously more engaged here than the other. Just relaxing that left glute if you did the same side as me. Little windscreen wiper. And we will do that all on the second side. Good. Okay, so setting up the same on the second side with your head. So we just want to make sure whenever we do our second side in anything in Pilates that we do the same alignment. So the body is, replicating the same pattern. Yeah. So finding that fist distance between the knees and just taking those circles to start. Thinking about that pen on the front of your knee here. Keeping that nice, smooth rotation in the hip. And then we're going to reverse it. Good. And yeah, just steady breathing here, nice and relaxed. Don't have enough breath pattern for this particular exercise. Great. Okay, so we're going to now take that extension. So we're going to extend, tap, lift, and bend. And out, tap, lift, and bend. Stretch, tap, lift. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Nice. Now we're just going to come to that little extender up. So we tap down and we come straight up and down and straight up. And we want to think about our inner thighs here, but also these muscles here when we lift. So we're sort of using multiple areas of our leg muscles and up. Good. Let's do 1 more. Nice. And we're just going to hold it there, and we're going to hold it in line with our hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Great. Okay. Again, roll onto your back. Have a very quick frog there. Just relaxing the hips. We'll do a nice stretch out at the end of the class. Good. Okay, we're going to do a little side plank, little quick side plank just to finish off nice and strong with sort of a full body engagement. So as always with side plank, remember you can keep the underneath knee down as a supportive option if you need. So we're going to start on our forearm. So taking your shoulder directly over the elbow, making a fist or placing the hand down. And then we're going to use this top arm just to help assist the body up. And then either stacking the feet or one in front of the other. Yeah, so depending on sort of what feels more comfortable. Then we're going to take that top arm up and we're going to take a little spiral on our exhale and inhale to come back up. And exhale and up. Good. 2 more. And up. And 1 more. Good. Now we're just going to hold that side plank. Find that lovely form for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Great. Just sit yourself up. Take a little mermaid position, especially for the last exercise. That's a nice one to sit in. And just take that underneath arm across. Just sitting there for a moment. Good. And then swing yourself around. Let's do that second side. So again, set yourself up really efficiently at the start so that you've got nice form for when you're up. Make sure everything's in line. If you need to take that underneath leg down, remember that is an option. Breathing in and exhaling. And inhaling at the top and exhaling. And up. We have 2 more. And 1 more. We're going to hold it strong. Push the mat away for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Lovely stuff. Sit yourself up there. Take that underneath arm across. Enjoy a lovely stretch. Good. Excellent work. All right, let's have one more plank. Let's do just a quick forward plank as well because we've got just enough time, and then we'll move into our stretch. So coming into your 4-point posture, we're going to set it up from here. We're going to make sure that our hips are right over the knees, shoulders over the wrists, that we're perfectly in line to start. And then micro bending the arms so that the creases of the elbows are facing each other. We're going to tuck the toes, take a deep breath in, slide your right leg back. And then on your next deep breath in, exhale, slide your left leg back. So you're in your plank pose. Remembering always in plank, you can drop the knees if you feel like it gets too much. And we're just going to hold it here. We're going to take 3 rounds of deep breath. So deep breath in, exhale, deep breath in, exhale, and 1 more round of breath. Good. And drop your knees and relax. Really good job. Have a little roll out of your wrist there. Nice work. Okay, let's have a nice stretch out to finish. So coming back up, we'll take a little lunge stretch. So just taking one leg forward, making sure that foot is directly underneath the knee. And then hands either side and just take a few deep breaths in your lunge stretch. Can always lift the back leg and make it sort of a little bit more intense there if you want to. You can also take one hand onto the knee. Just want to really feel a good stretch for your hip here. And then we're going to gently pull the pelvis back, walk the leg forward, flex the foot, and take a nice stretch into your hamstring. So again, staying here or maybe softening a little bit deeper down. Just want to feel that lovely opening through the back of that leg. And just taking one more deep breath. Nice. And then very gently coming up, just swing that leg around. Take a little shift with your pelvis. And then we'll do that second side. So front knee directly over your front foot. And remember, you can stretch that back leg if you want to. We want to just try the best we can to sort of relax whenever we're stretching so the muscles can lengthen. And then very gently pulling back, walking that foot slightly forward, flexing through the foot, and then just easing down into that hamstring stretch. And then coming up, and then we'll find our seated position. Come back down to sort of where we started our class. And then we're just going to take some arm stretches. So reaching the arms out wide, tipping over to one side of the mat, find a lovely stretch here. And then take your top arm and reach it back behind you. So you're sort of opening through the chest. Really good one for the front body. Finding a nice stretch in your pecs. And then back over to the side. Very gently just releasing down through the center. And rolling up through the spine, reaching the arms out wide. Other side, big stretch over. Again, feel that nice extension, the side body, reaching back. And then back over to the side, back through to the middle, and just take a few extra rounds of breath here. Stay here a little bit longer. And then very gently just rolling up through the head and chest. And we're going to take our 3 deep breaths to finish. Really good job. So nice final conclusion of the class, our 3 rounds of breath. We want to really use these breaths to sort of set us up for the day, releasing any negative energy, taking in lots of positive energy. So deep breath in, drawing the arms up, and then pressing them down as you exhale. Feel that nice grounding energy. Deep breath in, and exhaling. Good. And one more really deep breath. And big exhale. Good job. Well done.